I'm done, sir. Y'all ready to sing happy birthday? Happy birthday to Senator Bevel Brown, ROA, Liberia County. You need to have your seat so we can sing for you. So we're all set and sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you, dear. Happy birthday to you. We wish you long life. We wish you long life. We wish you long life. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. What's that laughter? What's that laughter? All those videos they come out for refreshment. When you hear from
as long as the pro temp level. All roads lead to the pro temp company road.
And I burnt
the Liberian Senate, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. The 16th sitting, second section of the 15th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, Thursday, March 13, 2025. Agenda and other business. 1. Call to order. 2. Devotion. 3. Roll call. 4. Reading and adoption of the agenda. 5. Unfinished business. 6. Report from steering committee. 8. Report from the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance and Budget on the confirmation hearing of Honorable David K. Vinton, Chair, Board of Directors, Designate, Liberian Revenue Authority, LRA. Report from the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance and Budget on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Yvonne Bright Dennis, Member, Board of Directors, Designate, the Liberian Revenue Authority, LRA. Report from the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance and Budget on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Maureen Lavon Shaw, Member, Board of Directors, Designate, the Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA. Report from the Committee on the Executive on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Ursula Joa Bestman Yates, Assistant Minister for Human Resources Designate, the Ministry of State. E. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, on quote, and I to establish the Liberian Township, Yemen Administrative District, Lima County. F. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, on quote, and I to establish the Gigamon Township, Main Guard Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. G. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. Therefore, I to establish the Gigamon Township, Main Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. G. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Valle Township, Tua River Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. H. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Mainland Township, Yahweh National Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. I. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Duobo Township, Yapie Man Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. J. Report for the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Dimpley Township, Buo Yao Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. K. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish Sokopa Township, Nampi Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. L. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Nebe Township, Benga Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. N. Report from the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation, unquote. And I to establish the Zuale Township, Balege Administrative District, Lima County, unquote. 7. Business on President's Desk. A. Communication from Senator Creighton O. Duncan of Sando County requesting the appearance of the Managing Director of the National Port Authority regarding the deplorable condition of the Samuel Alfred Ross Port of Greenville, Sando County. B. Communication from Senator Nathaniel F. McGill of Margibi County requesting for an update on the Star Key and Retrap programs under the Ministry of Agriculture. C. Communications from Senator Joseph K. Jala of Lofa County submitting the following bills for enactment. 1 for 2 administrative districts and another for 5 townships. D. Communication from Senator Boto Kane of Bapul County requesting leave of absence. And E. Communication from Senator Francis Dopo II of River G County requesting leave of absence. 8. AOB and 9. Adjournment. Are the President pro tempore and presiding officer, distinguished members of the Senate, the reading of the proposed agenda for today's sitting.
Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of the agenda for today's sitting. What is our will and pleasure? Senator Patikwa.
On a presiding, having listened to the reading of the proposed agenda for today's deliberation, and more than the agenda just read, be received and open for discussion.
It has been moved and seconded that the agenda just read be open for discussion. discussion. Are you ready to vote?
Ready. No, I'm ready.
All in favor say yea.
I'm ready.
It's open for discussion. We are voting to open it for discussion. All in favor say yea. Against? The agenda is open for discussion. Senator Amara Connect.
First, distinguished colleague, I would like for the agenda to under any other business. The issue of no payment to the health centers across the country by the Ministry of Finance. We need to have an understanding why the delay from the minister as soon as possible. I will say next week before we start, before we start. It's affecting all hospitals across the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Connect. Yes, I'm aware of that. I think it's important to have it on. Any input. Senator Taylor.
Mine is, I'm encouraging if his answer they will not need to put. Today's on the agenda supposed to have the response from the Minister of Labor regarding the work permit listing.
So, when did that letter go to the Minister of Labor? Secretary? The letter was sent on Monday? The letter was sent on Monday?
Yes.
Any response?
No, not yet.
So we can put that on our AOP.
They will be, thank you.
Alright. Senator Duncan?
Yes, protest. The committee, the joint committee on Ways and Means and autonomous report was to be on the agenda today. And so I'm suggesting.
Which report?
Concerning the GSA issue, the GSA investigation.
So we can put a report on our AOP. They have to make sure it's on there on Tuesday. Yeah. Alright, with no other intervention, can we get a motion to adopt the agenda? We've already stating, are you ready to vote? All in favor say yea. Against? Secretary is finished.
Business of President Bex. First was a communication from Senator Crater of Duncan of Sinai County. Second is right there, fine. Sorry. Yes. March 10, 2025, Honorable Yomdi Kaka Lawrence, President for Temporary, Liberian Senate, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monroe, Liberia. Dear Honorable Lawrence, reference, request to summon the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, Honorable Sekou Tudor, regarding the deplorable condition of the Zambia African Ross Port of Greenville, commonly known as the Port of Greenville. Please accept my compliments, and as I bring to the attention of the plenary of the Liberian Senate regarding the deplorable condition of the Zambia African Ross Port of Greenville, commonly known as the Port of Greenville. Given the enormous contributions the Port of Greenville is making to the national economy annually, I don't believe that it deserves to be in such an appalling condition. Madam President pro tempore and distinguished colleagues, under the circumstances and given the improvement needs of the Port of Greenville, I respectfully request this Honorable Senate, the Honorable Plenary, to summon the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, to provide justification for the deplorable condition of the port, to unfold his plans for its improvement, if any, and to discuss the possibility of seaport infrastructure investment at the seaport of Greenville through the private-public partnership, PPP, or joint venture JV operations for the rehabilitation and management of the port of Greenville. Our regards, yours sincerely, Honorable Creighton O'Donoghue, Senator, Sligo County, President Pro Tem and Presiding Officer.
Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of a communication from Senator Creighton Duncan expressing concern over the deplorable condition of the Samuel Afro Ross Port of Greenville, Sligo County. What is your will and pleasure? Senator Chair.
Well, that one is good. Thank you, President, distinguished colleagues. First, let me say thank you to my colleague, Senator Duncan, for flagging this issue of the deplorable condition of our port. And having done so, I move that the communication from Honorable Duncan be received and is sent forward to the Committee on Public Operations to probe this matter and report to us next Thursday. So moved. And that the proponent of this communication be given 2 minutes to expand on his communication. Thank you.
It has been moved and seconded that the communication be sent to the Committee on Public Operations and as Senator Duncan to report on next week Thursday, and as Senator Duncan be given 2 minutes to speak on this matter. Are you ready to vote? All in favor say yea. Against. Senator, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam. Madam Pro Tem, I think I saw the wisdom of plenary of the Liberian Senate when we voted here for the independence of the various ports in our country. This is what I believe is one of the reasons that decision was taken at plenary. I gave them 1 year after the election and giving them time to settle down and understand the way forward in managing our port. But the 1 year did not show any kind of improvement. Instead, the port is dying infrastructurally. The workers don't sit in offices because there is nowhere to sit. What is bothering me is that that port is one of the gateway of the national economy. We have over 7 logging companies that are exporting the logs through that port, from Grand Gita, Sino, and some used to come from River Sets, or something like that. From Grand Cru also. We also have the GDL that is exporting their oil through that port. And nothing is happening. It's like the port is not contributing to the economy of the country. And so that is why I will repeat again by saying I saw the wisdom in plenary for voting to make that port independent. So I'm pleading to plenary, and as recommended by the #1 Sino County Senator, that our committee on the public cooperation to handle it, and let him come and tell us exactly the money generating from the Sino port. What are they doing with it that he's sitting to see our port deteriorating in that manner? So thank you very much.
is fair.
Thank you, Senator. Secretary Senate.
B, communication from Senator F. McGill of RGB. President contemporary and distinguished colleagues that presented in session, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject, request for an update on the STAR P and recap programs under the Ministry of Agriculture. Dear Madam President, contemporary and distinguished colleagues, I write to bring to your attention an important matter regarding the STAR P and recap programs launched under the Ministry of Agriculture with fundings from the World Bank. These two projects amount to approximately $200 million in and supporting local communities and farmers in expanding an agro business in Liberia. Notably, under the STAR P program, over $40 million was allotted in the past administration for granting micro loans to small farmers across the country. In line with our commitment to transparency and accountability, I formally request that the Senate invite the Minister of Agriculture to provide a comprehensive update on the status of these programs. Specifically, we seek detailed information on the following. 1, breakdown of the program, including how funds have been allotted and distributed. 2, the total number of farmers or beneficiaries who have received loans on these initiatives. 3, the location of the beneficiaries to ensure national-wide inclusivity and equitable access to support. 4, the current implementation and management process of both programs. Given that this program involves loan disbursement, it is important that we track these programs and ensure the funds are being utilized effectively to benefit our farmers and strengthen our agricultural sector. For reference, a workshop team from the World Bank website detailing aspects of this program is attached. Finally, we request plenary to summon the Minister of Agriculture to appear before the full plenary to address issues related to both programs. Finally, I respectfully urge the Senate to take swift actions and invite the Minister of Agriculture to provide these necessary updates, reinforcing our commitment to transparency and accountability and continuous support for our small farmers. Thank you for your usual consideration. Sincerely, Senator Nathaniel F. McGill, Margibi County, Republic of Nigeria. Madam President, contemporary and presiding officer, the reading of a communication from Senator McGill of Margibi.
Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of the communication from Senator McGill requesting for updates from the Ministry of Agriculture on the STAR P and RETRAP programs. What is your will and pleasure? Senator Patikwa.
Madam President, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the communication from our colleague from representing the people of Margibi about monies being received in the name of this country to develop the agricultural sector, requesting that indeed the need for review of the usage of stock funds are moved, that the communication be received, and the appropriate committees, Committee on Agriculture and PAC, be asked by this august body to provide due diligence to this very important issue and report to us next week Thursday, while the proponent is giving 2 minutes to give us more light. About 10 seconds.
Before we say the motion, are you ready for? On readiness, as Senator Duncan.
So in movement, I'll be ready to vote if we can include that. Run away. No. I shouldn't jump the gun. Let it be as it is. I'm ready. No, I don't want to jump the gun.
All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Against? Senator McGill.
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
Thank you, President. Distinguished colleagues. Thank you for the opportunity. As you're all aware, that one of the bread on this country is the issue of our debt. The Minister of Finance tells us that the government owed both multilateral and domestic debt in the tune of $2 billion. And part of our domestic debt is some of the programs that we have on the Ministry of Agriculture. Specifically, one of the two programs that we just made. The two programs were intended to help our farmers. Let me give you an example. On the redraft program, the government borrowed something around $177 million. You know, and I don't know whether the legislature clearly ratified this agreement. Part of the component of the agreement, I want to just say a few things. How the money is being managed. They say for improving and enabling environment for agro business. I talked about $177 million, how it's being managed. $3 million. I don't know whether you approve that. They say enhancing competitiveness and market asset through productive alliance, $14 million. The money we borrowed, how are they using it?
Which currency now?
$14 million US. $14 million. The agri marketing and road infrastructure investment, $124 million. Project coordinator, they can coordinate the project and manage the project and contingency for emergency response, $6.5 million. Support of food security, this is just a management, $13 million.
They have the year attached?
Yeah, I mean, their program was approved 2021. They continue.
Say CDC.
Yeah, but listen, we are government.
I'm just telling them, man. I'm not telling
If we want to run this country, consultant to the program, we want to update. Because that program, I want to say, when you read a document, the Ministry of Agriculture says 62,000 persons have benefited from this program. 62,000. If it is true that 62,000 people have benefited from the program, that's a good thing. The libraries are benefiting. But we want to know what is 62,000 people. Where they are located, where they found. We want to know. So I'll go to Star-P. On the Star-P program, around $50 million was allocated or borrowed. To get small loan to small business farmers. I understand so some of my colleagues, I understand some of them benefited. But if it benefits my project is very important. This is about Liberia. The reason why you see our debt going to $2 billion is because some of these borrowing. And we want to see the impact.
Right.
One of the staff people we are told that 42,000 people have received loans. Where? 2,000 people. In the country? And let me tell you how the money is being managed. Let me get you some example how the money is being managed. Let me get you some example how the money is being managed. You can find this. You can find it before from the World Bank. Listen, they don't manage the program. They don't manage the program. They say institutional capacity building, strengthening the environment. Every environment for farmers, state and non-state actors, $5 billion. Enhancing productivity and competitiveness, $16.25 million.
ready, you say, project management and contingency for emergency, 3.75 billion. This is how the money we borrow.
My hair 2 minutes over here.
We need to invite the Minister of Agriculture. I'm more than 500 million. We got to understand what has been happening in the Ministry of Agriculture regarding the money we borrow. My understanding is we have borrowed more than close to $1 billion on agriculture. You understand the poor people are still suffering. People are still suffering. We want to know what happened with the money. So let the Minister of Agriculture, who was a former consultant on the Prime Minister, who will know much about this program and tell us the 100,000 people who are benefited from this program. Want to see for the people, want to see the farm, and want to know what happened to the money. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Maggie. That's why the oversight power that we have is so important. Because we cannot keep putting the country in debt, and you don't know what the fundings are going. I hope that the Senate will take that very seriously. It doesn't matter when it started, but we can take charge of that and make sure it's controlled and actions are taken. So thank you for looking at the license of our Senator, the Senate.
Communication from Senator Jala. Communication from Senator Joseph Jala of Group Party. County submitting 2 bills. March 11, 2025. Dear Madam Contemporary of the Liberia Senate, I have the honor to request through you, the plenary of the Liberian Senate, to request for passage into law the act to establish the below administrative districts in Tofa County. 1, Soroyama Administrative District and Lower Work Administrative District. The establishment of these 2 districts will enhance the desire of our people in that part of Tofa County, Liberia, to generate development initiative and bring their capacity as well as hiring them into the mainstream social economic development. The current consideration of plenary review is highly anticipated. Sincerely yours, signed by Senator Councilor Joseph K. Jala, co-sponsored by Senator Mogo Cyrus. Madam President.
That's a letter from Senator Jala?
Yeah.
That was a reading of a communication from Senator Jala submitted the following bills for enactment. Senator Brown, we have a lot of bills here for townships and cities, and we'd like to get a briefing, hopefully by Tuesday, from the Internal Affairs Committee. On this note, what is your willing pleasure? Senator McGill.
Thank you. First time, distinguished colleague. Having received this very important bill from my colleague from the County, I move if I can receive a second that the bill be received, transmitted to the Committee on Internal Affairs along with the judiciary. That be given 1 week to return and by taking the appropriate action.
1 week. You want your
On the motion, you can wait for ready.
No, but our first reading.
Oh, this is the first reading.
Yeah, so just come here, just start off on the next reading.
Yeah, so we will put that in the already. Okay, with that clear, are you ready to vote?
Ready.
Awareness by Senator.
Thank you, Senator Magin. I will be ready to vote if you add Ways, Means and Finance section.
First reading.
First reading.
Everybody committee, yeah.
So that first reading, the constitutes the first reading. All in favor say yea. Secretary Senator.
Second communication from Senator Joseph Jala of Lofa County, March 11, 2025. Here, Madam Pro Tem of the Liberia Senate, I have the honor to request through you, the plenary of the Liberia Senate, to request for passage into law the act to establish the below townships in Lofa County: Bagazi Township, Bagaman Township, Subogasu Township, Gambalama Township. The establishment of these 4 townships will enhance the desire of our people in that part of Lofa County, Liberia, to generate development initiatives and bring their capacity as well as carrying them into the mainstream of social and economic development. The current consideration of plenary through you is highly anticipated. Sincerely yours, Senator Councilor Joseph K. Jala, sponsor. The co-sponsor did not sign the communication. Not exactly.
Distinguished colleagues, you heard a reading of another letter from Senator Jala acting for the enactment of more townships in Lofa County. What is your will and pleasure? More townships, Senator McGill.
If more townships, then just consolidate it, so just taking the same motion. So the motion will constitute, I move that this reading constitute the first reading.
The second for both.
We just signed 12 for Nima.
So there's not the first reading, I read a vote. All in favor say yea. We vote all. The one from Nima, we have reports here.
Communication from Senator Botokana of Buffalo County requests leave of absence.
We don't read all the letters because we have different institutions here taking note of senators being in session or not. So it's important for them to take note of that.
Senator Yomli Kaka Lawrence, President Pro Tempore of the Senate. In section, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. March 11, 2025. Dear Honorable Pro Tempore and distinguished members of the Liberia Senate, I present compliments and best wishes. I write to officially inform you of my absence from section. As the Senate Committee Chairperson on Gender, Children, and Social Protection, I will depart Liberia for the United States of America based on an official invitation served me to participate as a panelist at the Government of Liberia and Sierra Leone SAR event during the 69th section of the Commission on the Status of Women CSW. The conference runs from the 13th of March to the 27th of March 2025. The SAR event will be held on March 13, 2025, beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. in New York, USA, at the United Nations Airport. Thanks for your attention to this matter. Sincerely yours, Senator Bodo Kale of Wabo County. President Pro Tempore.
Now the communication from Senator Bodo County at the CSW in New York and its noted.
Communication from Senator Francis S. Vopo II of Liberia County, March 10, 2025. Senator Yombikanga Lawrence, the President Pro Tempore, the Liberian Senate, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Madam Pro Tem, greetings. Reference request for an excuse to attend CSW 69 at UN Headquarters, New York, March 10 through 21, 2025. Honorable members of the Senate, I'm writing to respectfully request an excuse from the plenary session from March 10 to March 21, 2025, as I have been invited to attend the 69th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, CSW 69 at the United Nations Headquarters in New York. As you may know, CSW 69 focuses on advancing the status of women and girls globally, and I believe my participation in this important session will contribute significantly to the discussion surrounding gender equality and reinforce our nation's commitment to women's rights. Given the significance of this event, I kindly request to be excused for the plenary session during this period. I'm committed to fulfilling my responsibilities upon my return and ensure that all obligations are met. Thank you for considering this request. Sincerely, the sentiments of I-16, I remain Senator Francis C. Tuopo II, Senator River G. County, Honorable and Presiding Officer. The reading of a communication of excuse from Senator Francis Tuopo of River G. County.
Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of a communication of excuse from Senator Tuopo at the Women Conference, representing the SB at the Women Conference in New York. What is your will and pleasure? The Secretary of General in Chief for Secretary of Senate.
Report from Senate committees. Report from Senate committees. Report from the Committee on Ways, Means, Management, and Budget. On the confirmation hearing of Honorable David K. Finton, Chairman, Board of Directors, Designate, Liberian Revenue Authority, LRA.
All right, we read all the recommendations. Read all the recommendations from the confirmation hearing. For the first three.
No, I will choke you off.
Next time, all the committee
There was no problem hearing.
No, you're right. Because I want the committee working for. No, I'm right.
Majority of the.
There was no problem hearing. No problem hearing.
Also, majority signatures on the confirmation hearing report, so we'll listen to the recommendation.
Finance. Recommendation. If you are the full government and
You are the committee?
any recommendation on the current release and priorities of the Revenue Authority and
For the what?
government. The Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and Budget to recommend to the plenary of the administration the confirmation of the nominee. The only committee rule and submitted on this 4th day of March 2022. 2024. I read a recommendation.
So all three, the first three, for all three. You heard the reading of the pre-confirmation report for Honorable David K. Vinton, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Designated LRA. Honorable for Brad Dennis, Member of the Board of Directors, Designated LRA. And Honorable Maureen Lavon Shaw, Member of the Board of Directors, Designated LRA. What is your will and pleasure? Senator Dillon.
On a program, having listened to a reading of the committee report regarding the nominees read or named, I move that the report be received and open for discussion.
Confirmation report.
Yeah, committee report.
But nobody can second the motion is there. So second.
Thank you.
Alright, it has been moved and seconded that the report on confirmation
February was so bad.
I read a book. I read a book. I there was a year. Said I don't have to put it down.
I know my man. So there doesn't have to be all here. Yeah, all here. He's spirit. Yeah, I'm making it up. I'm out of here. I just said here.
Será boa a coisa de nada. Put the American session.
control the largest community here. Oh, really? Okay, yes, sir. You control the largest community here. Would not be intimidated. Oh, you have an inside. What you do there? Whoever question you, you will not do that. We sign our report, it must be read. Unless you have issue, raise your hand. Please go to your seat. Go to your seat and move on. Move over. Who are you?
You do an order, you know the order.
Why you not arguing
because the protest is allowing you to do things unnecessarily on the floor. You only do it because the protest is allowing you to do things unnecessarily on the floor.
See, time you are white.
They don't allow you to do it. Open for discussions. Open for discussions. That was it.
Don't even go there. The commission.
You are lying to our community.
When you realize not the right way.
But that protest, if it's not the right way, then cancel it. If it is not the right way, cancel it.
What is not the right way?
When you say it's not the right way,
you are not proceeding right.
The man is the most important person.
You are not proceeding right.
You need to feel personality of the
yeah, whenever you show me want to be solid, then you want honor my
the issue with the general, then you walk out.
Yeah, open it. Let's discuss it. But you
are starting and you come out the boat.
Stop that, man.
What's going on here today?
What's happening? We're allowing a lot of things to happen here.
You are the chair. Are you telling me that it's not the general's right to make a motion?
He didn't make any motion.
He made a motion.
Then why you call him?
So, because I wanted to resolve an issue. Someone call you on the phone when I want to resolve an issue.
This is not an important thing here.
You keep calling it.
Calling it is a leadership role that I have to play to resolve the matter.
All right, President, go ahead.
Yeah, so you respect that.
All right. I want to know my chairman.
Alright, so are we ready to vote? Senate, appeal to the roll call for the confirmation voting. For all three. Consolidated vote. Councilor Robert County. Senator Sahani Joseph. Senator Abraham Dallas.
Don't know.
Brown Bassa County. Senator President Kapele.
He's not here. I say yes.
Senator County. Senator Councilor Augustine S.
Yes.
Senator Peter O. Dalton.
Yeah.
Liberian County.
Senator J. Brown.
I vote yes for all.
So what? Senator James Spade County.
Vote yes for all.
Grand Kidman County. Senators.
Yes for all.
Stand by it.
I will be on to
Senator Tabak and Tabla. Bon County. Senator Prince Kanomwe.
Yes for all.
Senator Johnny King Bay.
Yes. What kind of community for you?
Nima County. Senator Yam E. Twines Jr. Grand Judah County. Senator Zoe Maripeno.
Yes for all.
Senator Thomas Yaya Nimlen.
Yes to all.
Lofa County. Senator Councilor Joseph K. Jara.
Yes, sir.
Senator Monty Saros.
I don't know why I'm voting for the spirit of noise. What is that now?
Confirmation of
You're voting for the confirmation of the 3 board members for LRA. No reports were read.
Vote for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Bobby Kelly. Senator Evan Neville Slope Jr.
Oh, no.
No withdrawal.
No, but we're not even.
Senator J. S. Tyler.
I'm a member. We're not even want to withdraw.
Mike Bibi County. Senator Anthony James Inaya Dukwe. Senator Lieutenant F. McGill. Rivers S. County. Senator Wellington G. Von Smith. Senator Bill
Senator Brown, you are the
To Senator.
Franklin
Franklin
You
County.
can't be the most disruptive. If you're the chair.
Nah, you do.
Yeah, you have to control the flow of the design.
Do that,
Now,
please.
farm him.
Please
I'll
take it
collect
back.
the
You
money.
do that.
When I find a farm, I don't know that already. I'm tired of farming. Yeah, and he should be the one helping to control the flow because that's his title.
Senator Professor Albert Tubachi.
I'll pay for it.
Senator Nimino T.H. Batakwa.
Abo, yes.
Roger County.
Now, man.
Senator Jonathan Bocha Subway. Senator Francis S. Dobu. Bakudu County. Senator Bodo County. And Senator Amara M. Kone.
Yes.
And our pro tempore and the distinguished senators, the vote, those in favor 17, no 2, 3, no 3, total vote 20.
For that number, the nominees are hereby confirmed. Secretary of Senate, we act according to reconsideration for Zofan.
Yes.
No.
Does that tell you? The board, the LRA board, is it telling you? Alright, so if it's not 10 new constitution is passed, but we still have to, if there's a 10 new, if there's 10 new constitution, they have to be. But the board are not 10 new Yeah.
The Commissioner General tell you.
Ministers are standing members of the board. Somebody fire the minister and they will say you say what the board.
Executive, here of Honorable Borita Joab Desmond is Assistant Minister for Human Resources, Designated Minister of State. March 7, 2025. Madam Yomikama Lawrence, President Contemporary of the Senate, Capitol Hill, Capitol Building, Liberia. Recommendation. nominee has obtained several degrees, including ASC in Business Administration, Global Institute of Technology, Minister for Administration of the State Republic of Liberia, is qualified to serve the position nominated to, and the committee is hereby recommending her to plenary for confirmation consistent with this report. So the committee ruled on the 7th day of March 18, 2025. Signed, majority members of the committee. Madam Presiding.
Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of the confirmation report for Orator Joab Besmont Yates, Assistant Minister for Human Resource Designate, Ministry of State. What is the word of pleasure?
Yes.
Sarah Bowie.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues. Having listened to the report of a confirmation hearing on the Committee on Executive on account of the Honorable Orator Joab Besmont Yates, Assistant Minister for Human Resource, Designated Minister of State, I move, if I can obtain a second, that the report just read be received and the vote be taken to confirm the nominee as per our rules. If I can obtain a second.
Before we say that motion, I ready to vote. All in favor say yea. Again, Secretary of the Senate, into the roll call for confirmation vote.
Senator Saadi Joseph. Senator Ibrahim Darrell Dillon. Grand Bassett County. Senator Bashonga and Finley. Sano County. Senator Councilor Augustine S. Chia.
Yes.
Senator Bridget O. Duncan.
Donkey.
Senator Duncan. Liberian County. Senator J. Level Brown.
Oh, yes.
Senator James P. Bang.
I vote yes.
Ranking McConnell. Senator Senior Boyatino. Senator Dallas and Papa. Bong County. Senator Prince K. Moy.
Even that is Lord, that is now notwithstanding.
Senator John K. Bay. Nima County. Senator Nyani Twine Jr.
Oh, yes.
Grand Julian County. Senator Zoe Imaya Pena. Senator Thomas Yaya Nungen. Lofa County. Senator Councilor Joseph K. Jara. Senator Monty Sowers.
Vote yes.
Bobby County. Senator Ellen M. Snow Jr.
Can't say about me. They all be taking part.
Senator J. Ellis Tyler. David County. Senator Anthony James Nader Lukwe. Senator Nathaniel F. McGill.
What?
Rosses County.
That was 2 weeks.
Senator Wellington Kibon Smith. Senator Bill T. Ford. Grand Blue County. Senator Professor Abbott Bache.
Grudgingly.
Senator Divinity H. Atepoa. Roy G. County. Senator Jonathan Bocha Sokwe.
Yes.
Senator Francis S. Dobu, the second. Babu County. Senator Bodo County. And Senator Amaran County. Senator Mosawari County. Senator Ibrahim Darras Dillon.
I vote yes.
Margaret County, Senator Anthony James Emmanuel Nukwe. Assistant Minister.
Yes, yes.
Now, pro tempore and distinguished senators, 20 senators voted in favor of the nominee, none abstained, none against. Thank you, Director. The nominee is to hear microphone. Senator is second to take action.
Report from Committee on Internal Affairs on several instruments. 5 on 9 instruments. Yeah,
Yeah.
Internal Affairs Committee, are the reports for the township?
Yeah.
Yes, there are reports. That's why they are on the agenda. If it comes, if there are bills.
No, I'm asking because you have a concern about the local government, the law.
Yeah, these are townships. They are reports. They have been clear.
So we have no issues with township?
No, I don't have issues. The committee doesn't have issues.
I'm voting on that motion. We'll just do one.
Yeah, we'll do one. Yeah, the motion will be.
So, how many townships we have there? 9.
I'm bringing 5
Second, Senator, please read the report.
Yes, sir. Recommendation person will be signed by the chairperson.
The Committee on Internal Affairs, Good Governance, and Reconciliation is therefore pleased to recommend to the plenary of the Liberia Senate that the township Liberian be created and named as the Liberian township. Majority was done on the 27th day of February 2025 in the committee room at 6 p.m. Senator James Becker Brown, co-chair. Senator Edwin Snow. Senator Sima B. Taylor. Senator Joseph B. Jala is also signed by Senator Wellington Yvonne Smith. Resigning. First one. Second one.
Alright, so we have 9 townships, and y'all plan on bringing up more township here. 9 townships from Liberian County, similar reports. So I think one report will go for the lead, and we will get the motion. We'll get a motion. Said, boy.
Keep your hand up now.
No, the presiding has a division.
But just keep it up. I'm going to put it up.
Distinguished senators, having listened to the reading of 9 reports from the Committee on Internal Affairs and Good Governance, making it as a final report for 9 townships to be created in the second populated county of our republic, I move, if I can obtain a second, that the reports just read be received and a vote be taken to create this township in Emma County for the governance of the county in a very effective way so that our people can deserve the rule of law in that particular county, if I can receive a second.
Open for discussion?
No.
Is a report? Is a report? We've already said the motion, I read the vote.
Ready.
I read the vote. All you know, I say Senate.
Any other business? Payments to hospitals across the country.
Sarah Amar Conan. LB.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Colleagues will recall that over the last few months we can raise this issue, and to the credit of the Health Committee, headed by Senator Dr. Batala, co-chaired by Senator we've been engaging with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance on this matter. Madam Pro Tem, regrettably, most of the health centers across the country did not receive their full amount for fiscal year 2024, which is hurting the delivery of basic health services to health centers across the country. We're not just talking about Buffalo or Emory. This is just all 15 counties. So I am asking plenary to take the appropriate action by getting the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Planning together before the Committee of the Whole to tell us why the health centers in the country have not received their full payment. Thank you.
Senator Atikwa. So the issue about the payment to hospitals in the country will be open for discussion. I think when we open the session, we highlighted that. I've also been getting some complaints too on that. So we'll listen to senators across the floor and make a decision. Senator Atikwa.
Madam President, thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank my colleague representing the people of Africa for raising this very, very important issue. I have just returned from Grand Cru. Grand Cru's case is worse everywhere in terms of health service delivery. Madam Presiding, you will not believe it that why the Senate was even thinking about giving referral hospitals each counted higher amount. But Grand Cru's referral hospital, which is the Radical Hospital, was giving 100,000. To my disbelief, they received only 20,000 from the beginning of last year up to present. Radical Hospital. How do they get gasoline? How do they operate? Nothing. It's very, very serious. The county health team got 100,000. They themselves, from the beginning of last year up to present, struggle until the only amount they could get from the Ministry of Health is 25,000. Up to present, no any additional payment to them. What we were even thinking about bringing to you, Madam, to the attention of this Senate is even the employees in the county. Grand Cru has 310. 50% are volunteers. You're talking about PAs, registered nurses, lab technicians, registrars, all of them. Volunteers. How do you survive? They say from the time the county health officer said from the time we be engaged in the Ministry of Health, only appealing to these people to hold on. And that's what can cause the health practitioners to leave the rural parts of the country. Our situation is very serious. Needless to talk about logistics. Grand Cru doesn't have ambulance. We don't have any motorcycle. So it's very, very serious. I think our colleague who raised this issue, I think the Senate needs to really take charge and either through its committee or invite the Minister of Health, Minister of Finance, that they come here. Health service delivery is one of the key services of the government. Why should it be taken in such a manner like this? How do we cater to the health needs of our people? When the people cannot get money, the small even amount is already small, but the little that we can get, if they can't even get it. Madam is serious. Grand Cru is really facing an emergency in terms of health service delivery. Thank you.
Sarah Porter.
Nothing.
Don't stay if you want to. Sarah Soper.
Thank you, Presiding, and let me thank my colleague from
Ambulance just in marching.
for raising this issue. And I don't think this issue can be overemphasized. Because not a single county, and I'm particularly speaking to counties in the southeast.
Even us.
We are in the process of engaging the ministry over and again. Whenever we receive calls from our people back home with respect to financial constraint. The Ministry of Health came here the other day and we had this conversation. They alluded to the fact that the Ministry of Finance gave them their allotment. To the point where I call one of them on the side and say, if you are protecting the Ministry of Finance, you are putting all of in danger. If these people are not giving you the money, it is our responsibility through our committees to engage them. If you come here and say you have received your allotment and our people are not receiving it, then it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to say the least. And so nobody here was.
Who's that? The ministry?
The Ministry of Health. Some right here, yeah. Right here. During the hearing, and it said they were getting their allotment. And so it is not just an urgency, it is even dangerous for our people to be taking money from people who do not even have money. When they go to the hospital, there's no drugs. And these things were allotted for because it has been appropriated by the Senate in the budget. So if the ministry is not getting the money from finance, let them tell us. And we will go to finance. If they are getting the money and not remitting it, then it's another problem. And something needs to be done about it in as expeditiously as possible. Thank you.
Senator Sarah. Senator will be approved.
Yeah, that beating with
Thank you, Madam Thank you so much. It's really thanks to the Amaran Corner for flagging up this very important situation in our health center. Madam Pro Tem, this situation is beyond emergency. And I like how the Senator put it. It's not just a bathroom. In my mind, is with 12 counties out of 15 from an investigation. Pastor will not complain about this. Yes, I'm coming to the point. Pastor will not complain about this. One county will not complain about this. Neither county will not complain about this. Why? I've investigated this. Let me speak. I'm speaking with evidence. Let me talk. I have evidence as to what I'm saying. Talk. Please allow me to propound my view. You understand it? I'm not. I come on, evidences.
Senator Sarah, please have a seat.
I think Senator Sarah Momo should speak to the issue instead of yeah, you should speak to the issue. That's my order. You speak to the issue. Excuse me. I got the floor, please. You understand? Because what I do know for my county, I'm about to speak about something that we have. You cannot say, one county will not.
To investigate money. I took my time, record is on here, to investigate monies that have gone to the health center part allocations. It will interest you to note that pastors at county have received over 90% of their allotment. You are interested to know that Liberia County has received over 85% of their allotment.
Right.
It was interesting to know that one county has received over 75% of their allotment. Right. The records are there. Is that because the protest is from Basa? Is that because I said is that because I'm protected. You're protected. You're innocent. We have to speak for people. Is that because the protest is from Basa? Is that because the Basa is from Liberian? Is that because the Western Father is from Basa? Is that because of that? The records are there. That's what they have received. 25%. allotment, and the rest of the taxi coming in for 12 and that's the allotment.
The man will go back to his seat.
I mean, I can do it here.
No.
So, for the problem, the issue of bird race or the system of bird race is key. The federal ministry must come here and give a reason why other countries' allotment is being given on them in other countries. They said to me that because other countries were not reporting, I went to Lofa. I sat with the health petitioners and I said, why are you not reporting? Give me all the evidences regarding reporting of money received and expenditure. Yet they still, we still have 125%. This is a serious matter. Let's find this one and tell us why. I got the evidence of the issues. Thank you.
So the protest, the president,
I got the floor, Senator Sarah. You spoke yet. Distinguished Madam Pro Tem and distinguished senators, you know, it bothers me that a discussion that is so much a common denominator of every one of us countries that we come from with generating to, you know, calling other countries by name here. But I will not go to that similar fashion. I will stick to the issues because the issue of healthcare is a delicate issue in our country. In as much as people want to, you know, say other countries are being preferentially treated, that is not true. As I stand here today, I just came from a country tour in a county, and I can report to this plenary that there's a little good news, but that has not even helped our people. Unlike in the past, there were not regular supply of medication in hospitals. At least it had improved a little bit more on a regular basis, but still grossly. Wait, let me finish. I'm speaking English here. For the monthly operation of the hospital. So our hospital will have medication. Many of us, we price ourselves, we have targeted ourselves to make sure that medication are in hospital from our personal money, so it hurt our pockets as well. So in that same vein, let me also report to you, Madam Pro Tem, that the issue that Senator Connor raised, especially when it comes to volunteer teachers, is at the heart of the county. The health minister told us during the budget hearing that she budgeted for volunteer teachers to be on the payroll, volunteer health workers to be on the payroll. As it stands, whenever our people need were submitted for the ministry to forward them, they are blaming it on CSA. I will, before I take my seat, propose to this plenary that the Minister of Health, along with the CSA boss, they come here to explain to us how long does it really take to process one volunteer health worker. It is a serious issue. Clinics are closing down. In fact, in Sanikwele, the capital of Nimba County, the hospital gets shut down periodically because the health workers are striking. They need to explain to us this is life and death matter that we're talking here. Not just to you, the legislature. You gave $15 million on the budget of the CSA to enhance salary, including that of health workers. Even existing health workers who are on the payroll, their salary must be going up by now. We are in March. So, Madam Pro Tem, I will pray that plenary honors the concern of you generally distract people. Madam Pro Tem, I think my main enough points. You got me.
She said, Thomas, no, not letter, it's LB.
It's a serious AOB.
Thank you very much. I'm the co-chair on health. The issues that have been raised by our colleagues today are not new. Those issues started from the time we approved the 2024 budget. The Minister of Health told us that she was taking a tour around the country to identify health workers who are volunteering
qualified, non-qualified volunteers. And according to her, when she came back, she told us that she has already gotten the listing, and that we all know the money was in the budget to begin the process of putting people on payroll. And we kept calling the counties to find out whether they had been on revisit, or whether the Ministry of Health had given them a call as to who has been placed on payroll. Up to now, we just approved the 2025 budget. And you know, it almost sounds like something stupid. We gave them more money last year, and they did nothing. This year, because we love health and we want the health of our people to be improved, we give them more money. And nothing has happened. And we are hearing confusions upon confusions in terms of positions and struggle in the Ministry of Health. And nothing is happening to our people. And including the executive branch of government. Nobody is making comment. It is the president that hired these people. He is responsible to supervise them. And we are here breaking our neck and taking aspirins to make sure that this job is done, and they are relaxing. So I'm not sure where we are. But I think it's about time that we start talking with the executive branch of government and just leave these ministers for a minute and say, hey, you hire these people. We are having problems. Would you call them and tell them to implement? And I'm hearing my colleagues talk about money is in the budget. It's not the money that is in the budget. It's a piece of paper that had numbers on it. It's a paper that had numbers on it. LRA is responsible to come and give us a report, and let the Ministry of Health come here, as well as the Ministry of Finance. Let them come and let's talk to them before we can continue this debate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Madam Chair.
I thought I my namesake. Thank you, President. President, every time we talk about this matter of the maybe non-performance and maybe poor performance of the actors in the executive, you always say you will always say that it's our responsibility. We are supposed to do the oversight. And indeed, yes, it's our responsibility. And we do the oversight. But even despite the fact that at our best effort, the people, the actors in the executive have not cooperated to a large extent. When the Minister of Finance was here sometime last year, and all of the questions about allocation to hospitals, to other sectors came about, my intervention was that we should have the ministry to submit to us quarterly fiscal turn, outturn reports. That is, at the end of quarter one, which ends in March, by the 15th of April of the next month preceding that quarter, we should have an outturn report that we can look at. That has not been done to the best of my knowledge. It has not been done. I'm not aware of that. I'm not seeing any report like that. These are the things that we need, the instruments that we need to follow up the budget, the budget's implementation. It's not happening. And yes, I agree with Senator Pone and Senator Cyrus. Cyrus to the extent that, indeed, Shiloh County, for example, like other counties, I was just in the county. They got the second quarter. Only the second quarter. We are in the first quarter of the new fiscal year, 2025 fiscal year. This is the first quarter. And they will receive up to the second quarter of the allotment for last year. What's the third quarter? What's the fourth quarter? How do we expect them to operate? They don't have fuel oil to run the generator. It's very costly. They don't have toiletries. They don't have anything to work with. It's that little quarterly allotment that they receive that they use to buy all of the essentials to operate. They don't receive that. It doesn't come. They say us. I Are we responsible for that? Why the ministry not doing the disbursement on time? If they're having issues with revenue collection or shop or whatever that, let them come back to us and let us know. But the money is there. If the money is there, then why is it that they're not performing? Why are they not doing that? And they're making everybody to low office. They make us to low office. I can tell you why they must really sign it. You know, the people were talking, I mean, our people were so mad. They were so mad, as if we were responsible. You know, as if we were responsible for that problem. We're not doing anything. This is happening. Our people are dying. People were on the operation table when Corey went up. They were in the operation room when Corey went up. It's a somebody out there. I have to take money from my pocket to do. I mean, sometimes we take money from our pocket to do some money savings. Somebody in the operation theater. Power gone up. They blame all of that on us. So when these matters come about, let's not joke about them. They're serious. They're very serious. And please, we require your leadership in this matter. Serious leadership in this matter. Thank you.
Senator Taylor, Senator Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you, President and colleagues. You know, when it comes to health, everybody concerned. I may not like to talk long on this matter because since we came in plenary here, we're always talking about health, and the problem still continue to remain the same.
The same, nothing changes.
But I would think that plenary should take a decision wherein they will be able to pay money that belongs to counties one time, so that they will enable our people to have at least that small money that is not enough already to take care of the health problem in the Liberian counties will be used on time. Well, as I speak to you, Kidman has not received even more than 50% of the money that was allotted to Kidman. Not more than 50%. And it's just important that the health minister come here and tell us, or with the finance minister to tell us as to how they will pay the various counties their money that belongs to them for health. Because we will speak about the problem today and it will continue to exist every other day. So we should be able to find solution as to how the people will receive their money. Because they tie around the reporting system. But it's very difficult. Sometimes if you carry your report soon, they feel the guy who is responsible for helping our county went to my house and told me, look, we send the report in on time, but they will say, look, you have to wait for the other counties to send in that report. So you will stay there waiting the longest. And so lawmakers are embarrassed, they will come to you, no medicine in the hospital, you have to carry medicine there, the rest of it. It's a serious issue, President. I think the finance minister should come here. When it comes to health, it's life. Let them explain to us as to how they will make the money to our various counties account so that they will be able to use it on time and to be very efficient. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Joseph. Followed by Senator Johnny.
Thank you, Madam President and colleagues. Madam President and colleagues, I don't think we have an issue here because the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finance were present here during the hearing. And they said, we asked whether they have received all of the money. They said they have received up to 95% of all of the funding. To the point that we asked about JFK. The Ministry of Finance were present. So I think we should ask for the performance report and ask Ministry of Finance and Health to come together, and then we can also do some fast check whether those monies are being spent in our various hospitals in our country. But both the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finance said they are working well, they received allotment, and payment is ongoing. So we need to know what's going on. Even the certain structure tells you that they have issues. The deputy minister sitting far away. The minister that the person against the representative minister, she's sitting another way. No communication. There are issues at Enfield. Major issue at Enfield. Since $40 million were paid for the construction of the laboratory, up to down, when will this laboratory come to construction end? Nobody knows. The hospital, the new Redemption Hospital in Monserrado County, the company that gave the hospital to build, up to present, nothing is happening there. Where's the money? Nothing. Nothing is going on there. So now bring the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Health and the deputies to give us details. If they have paid those allotments, where those money are going, so we can be able to do a fast check.
Johnny?
Unfortunately, I want to say thank you all so much. Let me not dwell on the statistics given from my dear brother from Lofa County. Now I said I want to dwell on it. I just want to piggyback from where Senator Joseph started. I said I don't want to dwell on your statistics because it's not true. You have not get that report to plenary. Until then, you provide it, then we can take it for that point. I want to simply say to you that this is not politics. This is something that all counties suffer from. I can simply say to you, even as we speak right now, there are few districts in my county that have not even received the other allotment. I can leave them. I can give mine to you right now. I can give mine to you right now. So, my brother.
Okay, so are you fine?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So, my brother, like I was saying, this is not politics that we're about to play, that we are playing here. The people that we represent, their life is at stake. So we need to be serious when we come here and we're talking the issue of health. But every county suffering from the health matter, they have their old age situation. And the 55th have decided to see how much they can work together, at least to minimize the issue of premature death and other health-related situations. I can recall when I first entered this plenary, we all have our experiences during the campaign. When we're voting for, when we're asking our people to elect us, we say to them when we come here, we'll speak on their behalf. It's Ministry of Ministry of Finance, because this plenary, let them know. We believe that we have the power to call them and put it to vote. So we have to start working on those issues for our people because they believe in what we are here for, and I think we should represent them to the best of our ability. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jordan. Senator Michael. Senator Michael.
I want to dwell. Bring your report. Bring my dad.
The issue that I see. Fake report. The issue
I
Senator Johnny, we are quiet listening to you.
Now saying help. We have to see.
Senator Sarah, go back to your seat.
No, not your problem, man.
We have to see. We have to see in education.
Can we listen to Senator Michael?
Yeah, but that's how it's going to see.
Senator Sarah, go back to your seat.
All these allegations are not them being raised by
Senator,
even the ministers themselves. The way both our public hearing as chairman on education, along with my colleague chair on health, including senators who are sitting here, we all had a joint hearing. We listened to the two ministers. They raised the same issue as to the ministry reluctance or failure to disburse resources to these institutions. Against two examples. The little hospital, the hospital in Old Town in my county that was just burned. I asked the chief medical officer this morning, I said, what is the allotment? How much was the allotment to that hospital? She said to me, the total allotment was 30,000. I said, how much have you people received? She said, up to present, we only received 5,000 now. So these are not new issues. So I think it is important for us to establish. I think Senator she raised the issue. Probably we need to have a minister. That way our oversight will be more effective. If we can get particularly all-time report, so we'll be able to monitor. When the minister can say, well, you know, we can't get a report until the end of the year. Yeah. Sometimes it makes it impossible for you to be able to monitor the number report effectively because the ministers are complaining. So not just another complaining, most of the countries don't have money. Big countries. Let me get an example. Even the Syrian hospital. Last budget year we are supporting the Senate and the legislature will post it 100,000 in the budget. Until now, we don't even know the size of the money. So you see, it's not just about one sector. A lot of things happening. So we need to find a way to resolve the issue, not just be complaining, because this complaint are becoming over and over. It's not the first time that we're raising it. The last year we raised it. For the last 6 months we raised it. So when will we reach the point of find solution? We should not just be raising it because we want to raise our project. Only our leadership, as you said, we ought to be strong with oversight. We have to find a way to ensure when we say something, let it happen. You know, the law always complains, say, most of the time we have public hearing. What is the result of public hearing? Are we just having it for the show to say we are having hearing and there's no result? So, gentlemen, let's leave the debate and find a concrete solution. That when we speak as a Senate, ministers should be able to obey. I mean, I don't know how senators, maybe to be senator is very difficult, probably. Because I don't know where I'll be saying that minister will give you instruction you can't perform. Yeah. When you see the minister of finance come and say, lecture the Senate, you see the minister of finance lecturing the Senate. And I can't find. I was saying I want to lecture the Senate. I can't find 600,000. Minister of finance tells me, I said no. So say I can't find 600,000. That's a joke. That's a joke. But the minister of finance I can't find 600,000. Look, they will see a wrong country. We got to look for common sense solution. No minister should come and say this, I can't find 7,000. My brother, you know him, man. When you have done it before, we know you can find the money, go and find the money, give it to people. One by instruction? Yes. Yes. Oh, my protest. You put them. You are protesting, you got to exercise the authority of the Senate. I feel discouraged. When I see things happening and ministers are joking and nobody's doing anything, you say, but where is the authority? Where is the authority? Common sense solution. No minister should look, we know the government. Nobody should tell about the government. Nobody should say there's no money. You can find money. The money plenty. The money plenty, my brother. The money plenty. So say hospital can get money. That's true. So my brother, you are the leader of the Senate. We made leader to get a power. And again, don't be afraid to exercise your authority. You are representing the Senate. First branch of government to get a power. And your power will not be challenged. You got to let it be act. You have our support. You got our full support. And let the world know. So if the enemies are carrying it, reinforcing your power. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Mine is not really a supposed statement. I felt to understand that we are discussing the bit blindly, for the lack of better word. Because the issue raised by the Colin, as the toys have cuts across all of the countries, almost full. quite clearly that some of the counties receive up to 80-90% of their allotment. And in previous conversations with the authorities on finance and the ministry ahead, we've been informed that there exists capacity gaps across government. There were some of the counties that were not making reports. Some of the counties were delinquent in terms of their procurement processes. And even as we were discussing at ICE, Senator Brown, have you done procurement for the Senate? He said no. And I raised the same issue with him. We are quite aware that when the budget was passed, we are in the first quarter, up to the 30th or 31st of January, we were being informed that the figures were still being uploaded on the IPME system. And if that is the case, from January 31st and from February 1st to now, for all of the agencies to go through the procurement processes, you can understand, you can take into consideration that at this time how much we have been achieved. So taking all of that into consideration and taking also into consideration that yes, there's a country of law. As we can see and as we have seen, people are being taken to court. People have been discussed for violating laws, for going against PPCC procedures. So everybody wants to be extremely careful at this point in time. And in as much as we want these things to be done, but some of those who sit in very high places now are extremely careful. They want to govern by law and not by power, because tomorrow power will not protect them. It's the law that will protect them. The issue being so germane, I think for us to inform, for us to be able to have a very good conversation, have an informed conversation, as the Colonel rightly requested, let's have the parties here before us, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance, and even the county health officers, because as Senator Joseph said, Ministry of Health and Finance came here and informed us that they received 90%, or they paid 90%. Ministry of Health admitted that they received 95%. And if the county health officers are saying they haven't received, then there's a contradiction. And that's why I think we need to bring all of them here so that we can have an informed conversation. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a smoke?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So, let me thank Sarah for helping me to use the market. Johnny, stop bending the day. Pro-tem colleagues. Let me thank Senator Amara for raising this all-important issue. But Pro-tem, we need to go further than that. One of the speakers here mentioned a meeting with the health authorities, I think Senator Joseph, where everybody was sitting in separate areas. This is Liberian Senate. We won't try on gossip. But from all indication, there's crisis at the Ministry of Health. And the crisis at the Ministry of Health is affecting all of our hospitals and clinics in this country. And I think the Senate needs to take seize of this matter and look into it carefully. Even if you look at the expenditure, there are different funding. The World PPCD, there's no objection. Pay for $4 million drugs. Drugs don't come. We don't see it in the hospital. It's very serious. Every government we are aware has super minister. And apparently one of the super ministers of this government is seated at the Ministry of Health. But there is no coordination of that ministry. The health sector is dying. And Pro-tem, to close, I think it's important for the Committee on Health and maybe finance and public accounts to sit on this matter and look into what's happening at the Ministry of Health. It is very serious. Our people are dying.
This is no politics. It has nothing to do with any particular group of people. It has to do with the leadership and the Ministry of Health. Let's go in there. Let's find out what the situation is. And that's what even the Public Health Institute. And it's serious there. It's embarrassing. Recommendation for suspension. I mean, it's all in the media. And I think this House of Elders, Senator Thomas Yarani said just now, that we have to, someone will come here, people see us laughing. It's not that because we want to laugh. The stress is here. The stress is here. And if we don't take leadership as the House of Elders to arrest some of this situation, we have problems. There's problem at NFL, there's problem at Ministry of Health, there's problem all over. So maybe before going on recent or one time we'll come back protest. And like John said up again, you are the president pro tempore of the Senate. Nobody can do anything to you protest. Let's take the bull by the horn. Let's do our work. Let's bring people to vote. It's not to name and shame people, but let them do their work. If the president confide in them and give them his confidence by appointing them, it's not a private enterprise. They are working for the Republic of Liberia and they must perform. You got private relationship, you support, you just do your superlative somewhere else, but when you go to the ministry, you are public servant. So, Protein, I'm close on this matter, but I think it's important. It is for hard time. And this Senate call those people to vote. If you sit with the health committee people in private outside, they will tell you the difficulties they are facing with the Ministry of Health. Remember, I think most of them the community just tell the minister. So I think we should ask.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Senator Brown. Followed by Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Protem. Distinguished colleagues are sat patiently and listening to us, crying why our health sector is dying. And we are senators complaining, whining. And this issue has been on for years. Let me say the strength of the legislature or this Senate is in its committees. Not just the protein. The strength of the legislature or the Senate is in its committees. One of the biggest reasons why our people are not getting the services that they should get is because our oversight is weak. Weak oversight. We want to bring people here to plenary. Plenary, you sub in the functions of committees. We bring people here, ask them questions in front of cameras. We all make speeches when we leave. It's done. But if the committees take up issues and do follow-ups, we'll get solutions. Senator Shea just reported that the issue in Sino, they got the first and the second quarters on 2024. Third and fourth missing. I'm not talking about. So the issues and he asked me. I said, yes, but this is, we're not referring to 2025. Just 2025. That's what I told him. I agree, procurement processes are cumbersome. So sometimes our people in the interior cannot follow up. But that is different. The health sector in the system, because of the mandate, they are not involved in any tedious procurement processes. Look at the 2025 budget book now, colleagues. How many times do we read about committees? Look at your sector. See the outturning for 2024. 100%. In most of the cases, 100%. So what happens in the Ministry of Finance, Protem and colleagues, when the requests are made and Ministry of Finance issues allotments, they automatically record it against that institution or that sector that that payment is made. But the actual release to the institutions, not done. So when they bring budget book here, they say everything is done. But the money is not paid. That's why the budget law says that when you do allotments, you have up to the following year, budget year, March 31st to close. Are we following up to see the allotments that were made since 2024? Since 2024, whether they are being paid, when they are paid, where are they being paid to? And that is what the work of the committee will do. So colleagues, either we continue to cry, or we have to strengthen our oversight and hold people accountable. We bring people here, we are overly protective of them. We want to ask some questions. People are jittery. If you want to ask some hard questions. So this program will continue.
Senator Brown hit some issues here. I was about to speak to it. I can conclude that we can whine and complain about ourselves too much here, maybe because the camera planted.
Well, camera.
Yeah, of course, my camera. Maybe because the camera planted. Yeah. You know, this Senate has everything, but the Senate needs to get a little tighter, stronger. This Senate and our insistence caused the former president to withdraw some of the nominees. The authority of this Senate, what did was withdrawn. 9 nominees were rejected here. This Senate. This Senate. This Senate. But I protest distinguished colleagues. All the appropriation made in the budget is on paper. If it is not actualized in the clinics, in the hospitals, it is only on the paper. Let me repeat myself here. Our people can see us in car and they believe the whole budget is only for us. For the last 1.5 years, CT scan machine down at JFK, now more than 50,000. Last year, we appropriated over 7 million for JFK. This year, JFK budget is 9 million. CT scan machine is down at JFK for about 50,000 for almost 2 years. When a lawmaker, some of us say why it is down, the public say, how the machine will not be down? You're riding car. The people getting the money, Marapote, most of us here have said all of these things here. And I'm not boasting, I'm not arrogant. I called the Minister of Foreign Affairs, our sector head for the committee we chair. I called the Minister of Information, privileged to chair that committee as well. And in the plane, they get control over the pilot, they can tell the plane around the camp. If they're in a plane, and they got control over the pilot and the car, they can turn the plane around. We are the committees, but we are the committees. And we can't say the minister does not respect you, then we got problem. Then we got problem. All these speeches we're making, call finance minister here, call health minister here, see the phone we play on the floor here. We never show battles anger here or anything about the people out there.
That's about protecting certain people.
Please, you are talking. Yeah. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. But I protect the distinguished colleagues. Let the people out there feel why we're here. And trust me, it will be okay. It will be okay. But someone in the people here is no longer an excitement or something the public looks up to. Because someone in Mumbai, without someone more than making law. We have to show righteous anger here. The way to do it, you can pass budget. Our LA says budget revenue collection is performing. Minister of Finance come here on an oath and say fiscal audit and all that thing is delivering. But then the delivery can reach to where it's supposed to be. Something is wrong. And then one of the ways to track it, if every committee here, I want to charge all of us, the thing they call after-math budget, it will decide to do it, track it, demand it. No, the national budget and program budget. The aftermath segment is from the sector institution. A program-based budget with the Ministry of Education, for instance, is government won't buy public school chairs. The program to buy chairs. The aftermath aspect, when we pass a budget and put $1 million in it for armchairs, that is the program. The aftermath aspect is the Ministry of Education must tell us how many armchairs $1 million can procure. That's the aftermath aspect. And if they say 25,000 armchairs can come out of 1 million, we need a metric to see how many armchairs going to which public school and which county. Which county? That's aftermath. And when we do that, even with the Ministry of Health, you put money in the budget to support these clinics, these hospitals, the drug, the medical equipment. We need to know. They have ministry, they have center got over $80 million in the budget. Over $80 million. How can JFK that get $9 million this year, $7 million last year, tell me, as a senator, that CT scan machine, 50,000 cannot either be repaired or replaced?
No, not there.
How? And every time we come, we do the same thing, My brother, the Senate must be different. We must prove to be different. We are proving to be different. But that proof of difference must be fact. You have one Minister of Health. When committee summon the minister does not come, the minister says she go to a workshop. When plenary summon some ministers, they say they will all, even though they receive plenary summon communication, but they go into NEMA for a workshop. Senate, summon somebody. Not invitation, not a request to come, that citation, that summon. And they write, or they send message. I was on my way, but I went to a workshop, and we're taking it here for joke. So it would not make sure a man shows some righteous anger. All these institutions be accountable through the committees here. And when we bring them before plenary, it will be that serious. Not to bring the boy here speaking BB intellectual English here, and then lecturing us, and then we laughing about what's on the floor. In fact, we're laughing more than the people that are here. How the people tell us serious? They tell about the health issue in a serious matter of them. Every county is feeling it, including Mossorado County. Redemption Hospital in Niguta. The people need drugs, medical supplies, medical equipment. We are taking away our voice to speak because one of the things that are reaching the people, when we speak, the people believe that everything in the budget for us, we get it, all for us. And the result, none we get into them. So by the time you talk, maybe if you look at money, media live right now, they put telling out the show when we do our salary in the air, everything here in the budget, in the legislature, that nothing else goes outside. They will not see what we ourselves, they put out there, will not take us seriously. They say charity begins at home before it goes across.
Fellow Colin and Jala
Pro Tem, mine is just information. First of all, I want to thank you for your leadership on this, for allowing this debate to continue and mature to the level where it is. I want to thank my colleagues for their support for it. I just want the colleagues to know that we're not talking about fiscal year 2025 yet. We're talking about fiscal year 2024, as we heard from our distinguished colleagues from Grand Group, Batipua. This hospital received for only 2 quarters. I mean, 2 quarters. One. Okay. Yeah. My hospital, 1. And, okay, Lofa. You go to Bummy is the story. Cape Mine is the story. Boom. Everybody. So it's just 2024, Madam Pro Tem and colleagues. We're talking about 2025 years. So as we debate this matter, I would like to remind Flannery that the Ministry of Finance's ability to fund institutions that were in the budget for last year expired at the end of the month, according to our PFM law. So the decision will be taken later on, but I just want us to remember that, maybe through the Ways and Means Committee, to signal to them that we will not allow them to close the books on the health sector spending for 2024. Because every hospital, every health center you go to in this country, you see some family coming out crying because somebody has died. And they have died because we don't have the medications to treat them for simple illnesses. That's why this is important. We don't want the money to, to lapse, if you will. It needs to be incumbent for this particular purpose. And if we need to amend the law for that purpose to save lives of our citizens across this country, this Senate should be ready to do that. Let's send the signals to both ministries, to all parties involved in this thing, that we, the Liberian Senate, would not allow anymore for somebody to die from a simple diarrhea that can be saved by just medication. Somebody will not die from malaria because there's no chloroquine in the hospital. We can't allow that to happen. We're in the 21st century. So I like the passion. It demonstrates our commitment to our people, but we need to act. And the first place to act, as we send for them next week, because we're going for recess. When we go for recess, they close the books. We have no more authority to sort of stop it. So it's better we signal to them that we will not allow any money for any hospital in this country to be unused when they draw the line along with the GAC at midnight on the 31st of March 2025 at the Ministry of Finance to close the books. That's what I wanted to say before we close this debate. Thank you.
Senator Jana, I'm not saying without it. I think we have the power to amend the law. So before that, we need to tell them not to do it. So I'm not pushing for the violation of the law, but to prevent people from dying. Thank you. Senator Magia, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem, for the opportunity. I suspect that this legislature, this Senate, the Liberian Senate, is wanting in paralysis of analysis. No part one. Ghana, I want to have cooperation. It's not easy. You see, we talk so nicely. This is the most intellectual houses I left the University of Liberia. You see, before the 54th Senate transition into 55th, there was a lot of debate about county development fund. What laid that matter to rest was a flying report. The Ministry of Finance brought each county how they be receiving the money and whatever happened at that time. Whether we accepted the report as accurate or true and correct, at least the debate died down. Now we're back to help. It would be a good thing to use our Ways and Means Committee to procure, if not to receive, an eloquent report on disbursement to help. You see, something happened when we passed the last budget. The government, through the Ministry of Finance, issued orders, moratorium on employment, on payment, to all the ministries except education and health. It was very interesting after we had passed the budget and that order came into being. There is a power we have here called contempt of the legislature. We are very reluctant to use it. If we have cited 2 or 3 ministers on contempt charges and established that they obstructed our function, and even if we find a $50 Liberian, it is not the amount that matters, but it is the action that you take that will accumulate into a bigger action. It's about time we list through the Rule and Order Committee our priority in dealing with other branches of government. Paralysis of analysis will not help us. It will just keep on in a vicious cycle. It's about time we agree that we're sending a signal out there to our colleagues in the other branches of government that we will use our power of contempt to bring them to court. I want to thank you for the time, and let some other raise a very good motion as to how we're going to land on this debate, not on analysis. No.
Okay, before the motion, let me just say that the committees are the pillars of the Senate. Plenary is the highest decision-making body of the Senate. So all decisions have to be made here. When we open this session, we remind all of our committees that it was important to have a quarterly report. When you have quarterly reports, you know what the challenges are, and we know how to tackle them through our oversight. We'll follow the health issues. We know that there's a serious issue there, a problem, and it needs reform. Some of the people we've been working with from across the counties, because I have been speaking to some of the county health team heads, just clear procedures and systems. You don't have people with the capacity to follow those systems and procedures. Do we have the right people there? You gotta have qualified people managing the health system in the different counties. So CSA, so our oversight should extend to even querying CSA and the health ministry about the people they are appointing to these different positions. If they have to be withdrawn, so qualified people can go there. That needs to happen because reform comes along with qualified people. So we need a quarterly report. You don't have to always have a hearing here. We can insist and say the Senate needs consistent quarterly disbursement to the hospitals. And they must be proven quarterly. Consistent across the board. Whether it's Basel, it's Lima, or it's Lofa, every hospital must have consistent quarterly disbursement with no bureaucracy besides just working through the system. We can make that decision. Because when we come here, it will be the same thing. CS running, we put the money there since the last budget. Yes. I followed through every week with the Ministry of Health. 1 minute they were looking for land. Since they found the land, we're waiting for groundbreaking. Groundbreaking, the money is there. Nothing has started. You spend millions on drugs. We can ask for an audit. How the drug money is being used, why no drugs in the hospital? We can make those decisions, and at the end of the day, when the decisions come, we can take the actions. We can't, I would expect us to compromise here. You don't have a protest that will compromise. That's why I said the independence is here, so you can't blame the protest. Everybody has a free way to act. So we are not an extension of the executive. We want to get results through the Senate. So I want to encourage all of us that we need to be robust with our oversight. If we do that, we can get a result we want. So we get a motion. But after that motion, I hope that we will take this as a project to see the impact that it will make in the hospitals. Then it will be the first stage of our oversight testing. To say this, we have done it for health, we can do it for education, and we can do it for agriculture. Thank you. Motion, we ask Senator Che to please give us that motion.
Thank you, President. Thank you, colleagues, for your interventions. So, the motion are two parts. One is an invitation and one is a citation. I've been listening to the issue raised by Senator Kone and the interventions by my colleagues. I move that an invitation be sent out to the county health teams, those that will be available, to be invited to our consultative meeting on next week Tuesday. So that we can either advocate, get a clear picture of what's happening in the counties. Then a citation is sent to the Minister of Finance and Development Planning.
We understand the motion, and the Secretary of the Senate will vote for the motion. The Secretary of the Senate. So the motion is that county health team heads come for a consultative meeting on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock. On Tuesday at 1 o'clock, the Ministry of Finance. On Thursday at 1 o'clock, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Health should come to plenary for a hearing. They should come with, the report should be sent before the hearing. That hearing should include information about volunteer health workers in addition to all of the concerns. Okay. With that clear, are you ready to vote?
I'm ready.
On readiness by Senator Taylor, followed by Senator Moore.
Are we ready to vote if the movement will accept that the minister comes with the relevant authorities in the health sector, including NFA, the National Drug Services, and other institutions, so we can hear from them what drug line in the hospital and other. All the relevant sectors.
Movement.
Thank you.
Movement is Senator Boyd.
I'll be ready to vote.
If the movement will accept this simple amendment, that the communication to bring all county health officers should be mandated by the minister proper.
Yeah.
No, I've been there studying for that. I've been there studying for that.
Okay, I had a consultation. I declined on that. Already.
Yeah.
Already.
The other people receive their own letter too from the Senate.
Already, man.
On readiness by Senator Amar Cummings.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I'll be ready to vote if the movement can accept that for the citation to the Ministers of Health and Finance, that the Civil Service Agency Director be included in that citation, since we will be addressing the issue of volunteer teachers, health workers.
Yes.
Okay. You have time? On readiness? Everything clear? All right, now by Senator Snow, we'll work with it.
Therefore, then, are we ready to vote?
We can accept that the Minister of Health comes with a complete listing of drugs imported and distribution to date in the hospital.
The what?
Drugs, importation of drugs and the distribution.
If we put
The report. Secretary Senate, you taking note? Movement?
The drug that you send to ground crew, they will come with the receipt.
Why ground crew?
They are all government will get barracks.
This year?
From 2017 to 2023. We are only 10,000.
Qualification of those movements. The Minister of Health should send in advance the list of all drugs imported into Liberia since her Eugene before she comes.
Yeah, so all report needed from those administration agencies should be here before Thursday.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, so after we vote, the Secretary Senate have to do the draft of those letters for approval before they send up. Please make sure we see those draft by 4 o'clock today. Okay, with everything clear, I'm ready to vote. All in favor say yea. Against? Secretary Senate, please let us see the draft for the letter by 4 o'clock. Anything on AOB?
The only thing out there, let us know.
What permit?
And we'll discuss it like.
Say that later. What permit? Like when?
Message that replacement.
No,
the message they're coming about.
I will not leave this issue about the work permit because ultimately it makes sense enough. When we ratify some concession agreement here, one of the first things we can put up is that their concession will produce or provide 2,000 jobs, 500 jobs in the concession area. And we raise the hope of our people to get jobs. We go beyond. We go beyond. We pass decent work law and say the Minister of Labor cannot give certain category of jobs to non-Liberians. And we must be intent and deliberate about this. If we can't do anything, we can't get out to get our people jobs, I don't know what we have. The Minister of Labor has issued 8,772 work permits. Some gratis, some for drivers, some for store-bought, some for accountants, some for carpenters. We got evidence. Go to some of the construction companies, we see non-Liberians and the non-Africans, non-West Africans. They are driving trucks, they are mechanics. 8,000. Imagine if you gave at least 4,000 of those jobs to Liberians. We will have helped a great deal. The Minister of Labor, on our insistence, submitted a list of work permit, people who gave work permit to non-Liberians. But the Minister of Labor, one category, Madam President, and distinguished colleagues, the category that says, what kind of work permit, what kind of job the person applied for us to know what are that job I was giving, we got all the Liberians that qualify. And let me state, even in the work permit, at Western Cluster, the Minister of Labor was here and he said something very scary. He said, Western Cluster got 100 drivers to drive the equipment, the heavy-duty machines and the truck. Out of the 100 drivers, 55 they are non-Liberians. 45 they are Liberians. I asked the minister, why are you giving work permit for drivers? He said, and it sounded reasonable. He said the 55 non-Liberians took over the job because the company could not find Liberians with the skills and the competence or ability to operate the kind of equipment or machines that they have. So until they can find Liberians qualified for that or with the skills, they will have to issue the work permit. About that. But what was disappointing? The 45 Liberians who they employ got the same skills, education, with the 55 non-Liberians that they employ. They're paying the non-Liberians $3,000 US, and they're paying the Liberians $600. If the skill the non-Liberian has for which they brought him here to operate the machine, and they're paying them $3,000, how can we sit down here in good conscience to see Liberians with the same skill, on the same job hour, operating the same equipment, and they're being paid $600 for the same job? How can we sit here and we enter stores, we see non-Liberians? They want here, I'm not being xenophobic. My work here, our work here is to ensure our people get employment. And if the executive through the labor ministry is not acting in such a way that resembles what's happening over there, it's just like the Liberian people blaming us for everything. We enact the vehicular and traffic law. We leave it to the national police how traffic should flow. When there's traffic somewhere, they say, what is lawmaker they're doing? We finish passing law. Are we the ones that are going to direct the traffic to? But you be a good citizen, even if you're a lawmaker, get out from your car and say, let my person here help the traffic to say, he's lawmaker or he go direct traffic. What will we do? The traffic there, they say, what is lawmaker they're doing? When you want to say you want to be a good citizen to help flow them, they say, that's your job, move from there. Because the people who are supposed to implement the law are not implementing the law, but are plotting a distinguished police law. Sometimes it can appear that the law is either weak or non-existent as a result of which the people think will not do anything. I'm not going to leave this work permit issue because when the legislature ratified APM terminal, when the legislature ratified Western Cluster, when the legislature ratified Bao Chico, when the legislature ratified all the concession agreements, one of the things the lawmakers considered was that these concession agreements, one ratified, would provide jobs for the people out there. If the executive branch, through the labor ministry, is giving the very work out because of $1,000 work permit, some of the jobs for which they're giving the work permit, they're paying $4,000 or $5,000. The government taking $1,000 a year for work permit, $1,000 and contribute to the national budget. If you pay a $4,000 or $5,000 every month, that money will leave here, you will be able to pay taxes, and it will flow in the economy. We must take deliberate steps here to ensure our people out there get jobs. Today, the president had a cabinet meeting. The president is concerned about youth unemployment and unemployment in the country. When we have taken our own action as lawmakers to make the law and give allowance for Liberians to get jobs, we ratify concession agreements. Then the very executive get a job. Then the people say, you're lawmaker, you're just there for yourself. What do we want to do? The Minister of Labor must bring that list here. Let's see the category that either it was inadvertently left out or being deliberately left out so it can be alarming. And we must take deliberate steps here and vote and take the action and send it to the executive. Thank you.
Senator Snow.
Thank you for that. Try not to be.
Yes, it will be a subject to.
Better the issue. But as you said, that the law has been on this for a while. And I think the legislature or the Senate used to get, like you spoke right just now, or good just now. We have to be a little more robust. For example, in here we talk about CTN, METEX, Central National. Fortunately, and even as opposition, I want to thank them. They finally agreed. From what we saw in the paper, they now have a review of the new CTN, which gave the government more and reducing the cost, which I think is good. But we do things here in Central Executive, and it's at their own way of the pleasure. They take their own time. How long has Central they not been talking about this work permit? And the Minister of Labor has not. It's about time for them.
But let's talk about anything in the government, jobs that Liberians can do. We give it to foreigners. We give it to foreigners. Every little contract in this town, foreigners getting it. Everything foreigners get. I don't have Liberians here to do it. What were you yelling this? Say, the one you're from the university said, I'm not
So I asked you to echo what it is.
On a serious note, and the thing about it, the Minister of Labor goes to cabinet meeting and he showered with praises for raising revenue. But the revenue you're praising for is at the expense, at the detriment of Liberian jobs. And then somebody will sell marijuana to be a proceeds, they won't take you about money. They don't go money. So I think it's sad that we're raising a lot of thought-provoking issues we'll close in next week. They will need to take the break. And on the leadership project, we should have another retreat. Yes. Let's get a retreat. Let's get a retreat. We need This body of ours was made out of dirt. When we die, we turn to dirt. While we live, we throw dirt on us. Let's work with our conscience. Because people thought we're trees, we go for a tree, we deserve it.
No, we're not a tree.
People can stay in with their tree mom, their own salary, we can't go for a tree, our own salary. So for them, we need to do it. On a serious note. We can't get job up. You go to every store in their town, the store bought that foreigner. Every store, and that's it that they're not seeing. How can you employ 55 non-Liberian as drivers? Hey man, that won't get here too. So you put that on me, I won't be long on this.
Agriculture ministry, when they give you contract to foreigners to come.
That's a different thing.
So for that again, I just click on the microphone to address it, And we can't shy away. I was saying that I listened to my colleague, Senator Momo from Lofa. He said to me, he's on the health committee, but because the health minister don't respect the committee, he stays away from committee. He don't attend committee work. Can you imagine that? The senator is protesting because the minister don't respect the senator, so he stays away. When the committee when the committee don't deal with the money, he's scared. You say he want to go to deal with it, so he run it over the committee work. We got here. We got a chair. People let the situation But then again, I see you there, but Senator Dillon, I just want to thank you, and I will you follow on this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Let me join Senator Snow in thanking our colleague, Senator Dillon, for pushing this issue. I was privileged to be in the last hearing with the Minister of Labor and his team when the Committee on Labor, led by our colleague from Grand Leader, Senator Leland, convened a meeting. Madam President, I have to tell you that in that meeting, the minister, in attempting to justify this issuance of work permit for jobs that Liberian can do, told us, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that all the people are complaining about the work culture of our citizens. And we told him to define that for us. You know, chronic absenteeism, calling out, and all kinds of things. Well, Mr. Minister, the labor force statistics that you have, the study was done by his ministry and legislature. Every year, Madam Pro Tem, colleague, about 300, I mean, every month, about 300,000 young Liberians are ready for the workforce in this country. Yes. Our young people are not working. We agree we have issues with work culture. But this is something we can fix. If one Liberian is absent, is breaking your rules, etc., hire another Liberian for that job. Provide training for them. It's a requirement under the labor law to train workers, to build their capacity, so they understand your company culture, what you accept and you don't expect within the framework of the general labor law, so they can have their work. And you can't just terminate people. We have procedures for that. In an event where they are not following that, provided that you follow our law to train them to do your job, to make you profitable, then you can get rid of them, or you must bring another Liberian from the pool of the 300,000 that are out there looking for work to do that job. Let me tell you why this is important. Colleagues, I'm happy. Today's session is one of our happiest because we're talking about issues that really affect our people. Our country is 177 out of 193 in the world on the UN Index of Poor Human Development. Where do you think it's coming from? Government can do everything. If our people are not working and they can afford the basic necessities of life, then how do we expect our human development index to increase? It's not possible. It's not. Every young child, every newborn in this country, if we continue with this, according to the same UN and the World Bank, we come from there, so we're going to put that statistic to y'all. They get 36% chance of living up to their full potential in their lifetime in this country because their parents are not working. Yes, the reports are out there, it's public information. So we need to do something. The minister can be allowing. We went to India. Let me tell you this. Bear with me. This is important. I went to India as Minister of Finance. I went with Senator Nukwe at the time he was chairman of Ways and Means Committee in the House, with our late brother Kupi, to go negotiate for a $188 million loan to do the transmission and distribution line from Ganta connecting with Kakata. The lines you see. We went to India, colleagues. My first time in India, I saw poverty worse than here. I saw poverty worse than here, Madam Pro Tem. I started to think about West Point and other places. And I said, God, thank you. What I see here, we a little bit better. Suddenly, in a car, we are going. I'm thinking, why are we coming here for money? Why am I here with this big delegation to ask for money to do electricity? I swear to God, Madam Pro Tem, it became an ethical question for me because of the way I saw their people. And when I came, I reported it to Madam President. Madam President, we should be taking money from India. She said, is that your business? But what I'm trying to say is that they get rid of our people here, they go there, they bring their poor relatives to come do the job that our people can do. It's unacceptable. So I support Senator Dillon's argument here. It's not the first time. It's been going to committee. And I want to thank the chairman. He's been doing his part because I was in the hearing. We need to take action now. We just need to say, if one Liberian loses a job, that another Liberian company, dress by dress. But it should not be somebody else. Then you issue work permit for somebody to do store boy job here, accountant, when our university is graduating, so business school student, business administration. Check the list. We have barely graduate engineers here. It's business administration and public administration. Because this is where you can hustle and find jobs. You can't blame the students. But when they get out of school, they don't find the work. Then you go in the store, you see these foreigners coming from these poor countries, taking the jobs from our poor people, and our own government is allowing them to do that. So I ask our colleagues to please, just like the health sector, hopefully we can have a motion here, the same thing, to come and tell us why our people jobs have been given to these foreigners. Thank you. And this is not xenophobic, man. We're fighting for our people. Yeah, we are the 8th poorest country in the world. All our indicators are bad. We need to improve it. That's what we're trying to do. Liberia first.
Thank you, Senator Michael. Senator Liberian and Senator Liberia.
I don't know why we're taking a long time to make this issue. You don't request a simple request. Give all the list or the give all the list of all the people you provide them with.
Who am I? Up and the news started.
Yes. The minister has refused. So you are not correct. The request has been submitted. The list of the work permit, we want to know all those you are provided, you are giving them work permit. What is the list? So we can see how many Liberians on that list. That has been a request. That has been a request. So why are we debating? Let us send it at the first action. What is the serious? What is the serious thing? Invite the minister doesn't bring a list, he said I am. You will stay until the list comes. If the list doesn't come, the minister will go to jail. Our point test, it will very serious at Senate. The whole debate, these are coming, list can come, list coming. Let's see the Senate authority. The minister to come here Tuesday with a list. If that minister doesn't bring a list, let the minister go to jail. Then leave all the debate. Liberia need job. Well, let's see the list. So there's no need me about that. I can't talk about that. I know the parent talking. I'm an action man. Let's see the list. That's the point. If the minister come here today, doesn't bring a list, let me go to jail. Thank you.
Alright, say you to Senator.
Yeah, after me, so Madam President, thank you, Senator Delon. Thanks for raising this very, very, very important issue. I quite agree with you that we need to ensure that Liberians get a job. But I will be one of the first to admit that we all made mistakes and that we are part of this process. When the budget was submitted and the ministry was tasked to raise $8 million through work permit, and we approved that budget and authorized the minister to raise that revenue, then we are not exempted from the problem. It's good that Senator Dillon has raised it, yes. So there should be an eye-opener for all of us. The minister brought a list. The minister submitted a list. What we are asking for, what Senator Dillon is asking for, is for that list to be placed into different job categories. And that's what my chairman is going to speak to. But I just wanted to say that, please give me the time to conclude. I just want to indicate that. We all made mistakes. We are starting anew. Even this good budget, we approved the budget. We approved the amount to be raised by the Ministry of Labor. And it's good that he's raising it now. So we are going to be guided by this. But we passed the budget.
So did the minister tell us that to raise the money, he had to give illegal work permits? The minister tell us that? We can have a ceiling, but you will not tell the minister to go and violate the regulation? Yeah. So we didn't make any mistake. The minister should come back with work permit for Liberians, for foreigners who are in proper standing when it comes to the position.
Well, so, but let me just conclude. I know you are putting your
No. It's to clarify on behalf of the Senate. When you ask for a ceiling per ministry, for revenue generating ministry, You are not asking them for, especially labor ministry, you're not telling them to go and violate the law.
We didn't ask.
So say, well, racist, you guys say you should go do it in violation of the law.
Madam Pro Tem, we didn't ask the minister to violate law. This Senate is not just being established. It's a Senate that's been here. We were here in the 54. The issue being raised were not raised as it is being raised now. There has been an old age practice where the ministry being taxed. That's why I said we are starting anew. We are not saying we don't want you to give jobs that Liberians can do. Normally when that budget comes here, it's not thoroughly vetted. We don't ask him hard questions as to who are those that he gave work permit to before to raise the revenue. We don't ask those political questions. We didn't ask them. We didn't ask them. We approved. We approved the budget. We approved the amount for you to raise the revenue. So we were more concerned and said, oh, just allude to that. That when he walked in cabinet meeting, he's a project for raising revenue. Meaning the focus has been on raising revenue. And the fact that this is a new situation, a new debate that's been raised. We are starting a new, there's a good exercise, but let us also know that we didn't do due diligence when the budget was here. Thank you.
Is that true? One lady make a bring the one list.
All right,
Thank you, Brother.
For the record, the Minister of Labor did not refuse. Can I have, let me have the floor, please. For the record, the Minister of Labor did not refuse to submit that. We have been meeting with the Minister of Labor for the past 2 months on this labor issue. The last specimen that was submitted to the Minister of Labor was last week with one recommendation: to submit the listing that he submitted previously that qualified him to give 8,000 and some more jobs. That listing should be downsized to the professions, to the jobs, whether it's a mechanic, if it's a driver. That's what we ask him to do. The category of those positions. That's what we asked him. That was just that one recommendation. And the Secretary of the Senate was mandated to send a letter out to him last week so that he will show up today. Unfortunately, he is bereaved. I called him. His grandchild that just came from the United States with a mother, 2-year-old, passed away as soon as he arrived in Liberia. Last week. And so I called him and he said, Senator, I'm bereaved. I don't think he has come to work. But he did not refuse.
Senator, that was all the hands for the community. Plan Everman did that for the Secretary of the Senate to write. He is running a ministry. That ministry is not based on by just the minister. Yeah, so don't bring further excuse for him. Yeah, the letter was sent to the ministry. The Secretary of the Senate was mandated to do that, so it's on the hands of the committee already. So we don't need that verbal excuse.
And what did the letter say?
The letter asked the minister to send the list with the different categories of jobs. That letter was sent already. So we passed that stage with the committee work. It's in the hands of plenary, so we need a motion to take the appropriate action because it's been almost 2 months. The Senate now has to take the appropriate action to have the list here. So, motion by Senator McGill.
Given the continuous refusal or delay, given the continuous delay
by the Minister of Labor
to bring a comprehensive list categorizing the employment of citizens, both foreign and local, by giving work permit by the Minister of Labor, No, I think you categorize the list, the work permit here, because to non-Liberians. The minister should be invited on Tuesday to show reason why he should not be held in contempt of the Senate. Because his action has undermined the function of the Senate. If I can obtain a second, that the minister be invited to show cause why he should not be held in contempt.
For impeding
legislative function. He has, because the Senate has authorized him to also.
Protest before we vote that motion. Inquiry, please. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, please. Before we vote is very, very important.
So the history to this, the committee has been dealing with this matter for 2 months.
Yes.
The plenary took charge of the matter about 2 weeks ago. And we mandated the Secretary of the Senate to write the minister to send a list with the different categories.
Right.
That letter was sent on Monday, right?
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah, the letter was sent on Monday. Today is Thursday. I still haven't heard from the...
What time do we give him to submit the list?
This morning.
Or today?
Yes. It was sent on Monday. Today is Thursday. And the committee failed to get that list, and we still haven't gotten the list since the plenary got involved. So just for the history.
But the background, now you heard the history.
The background.
Now you heard the history. Not the motion. So
with that motion, are you ready to vote? On readiness by Senator Chi.
Be ready to vote. Moving, and we can give him a grace period, saying what we read.
Yes.
Give him a few days.
Okay, Thursday.
For him to submit, for him to submit what we requested.
When he can't tell us, but let him come and say, my grandchild died, the reason why I couldn't come. But I really want you to be in contempt. You're trying to reason why you want to be in contempt.
Move on.
Upon the chair and the co-chair can recuse themselves, got to defend the minister.
They will not get vote.
I'm happy when I die home, so.
The main cabinet meeting. Yeah. Thank you, Chair. The main cabinet meeting.
They completely have to visit there, so we'll conclude it.
I get it next week.
No, we got a motion on the floor.
But I'm not sure.
Move on.
No, I'm not concerned to put them for because you can get it
You, Mura, you be asking for the authority of the Senate. Mura, I put the baka.
The most powerful minister in Liberia was President, we are saying, I told my people to suspend the back president. Let them vote. Let them condemn you and then you can
But the content will be there.
Yes.
It's only next week, but the content say that.
Yes.
Hence, you are inviting the minister or citing the minister under penalty of contempt if he cannot show cause for why he did not submit the list. I'd like to add that he appears with his lawyer.
No other one ready there? So, it has been moved and seconded that the minister appear here on next week Thursday to show cause for why he should not be held in contempt for holding on to documents requested by the Senate for almost 2 months and impeding the work of the Senate. Are you ready to vote?
Ready.
All in favor say yea. Against? Secretary of the Senate. You want to see the draft? Thursday at what time?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Grab help is 1 o'clock. So, no, that was second motion. Yeah. 2 o'clock. Yeah.
We have searched the law and the board of LRA is a changing position.
What's the provision?
So it requires. It requires. Yeah.
The 2023 Act of 11 of the.
Yeah.
So you got 2 terms.
2 terms. Alright, so
the 2 mistakes for them. The first they say it should be staggered 1 2 years. The second 1 3 years.
No, we can tell you about the president. The vote must be together.
Also, with that clear, we'll reverse the vote and read and do that on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Any other AOP? Motion to adjourn? All in favor say yea.